We tend to obsess over the number on the scale, but the real question isn't how do I make that number go down? The real question is, why is my body holding on to fat in the first place? And how do I fix the system that got me here? Hey, this is Kirk with Wellness Elevation, and we are continuing our series all about peptides. In this video, we're going to talk about Retatrutide, a next-generation triple-agonist peptide that researchers are studying not just for weight loss, but for deep metabolic repair and longevity. First, let's go over the disclaimer. This video is designed solely for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes. The content shared here reflects general scientific findings and personal perspectives, but it does not constitute medical or professional advice. Nothing in this video should be used to diagnose, treat, predict, or cure any health condition or disease. It's not a recommendation to use any medication or research peptides, and Retatrutide is still in clinical trials as we speak. Always talk with a qualified healthcare professional about your own situation. All right, let's get into it. Retatrutide is an injectable peptide that activates 3 different hormone receptors at the same time: GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon. Think of those 3 as part of your body's energy management control panel. GLP-1 helps you feel full, slows stomach emptying, and boosts insulin release when your blood sugar is high. It also seems to calm inflammation in key brain areas that regulate appetite, metabolism, and even sleep. GIP works alongside GLP-1. It helps fine-tune how your pancreas releases insulin and how your fat cells respond to energy storage and energy use. When it's combined with GLP-1, the system becomes more intelligent, less random blood sugar spikes, a more coordinated handling of fuel. Then we add the third lever, glucagon. This is where Retatrutide really separates itself from older medications. Glucagon helps your body liberate stored energy. It signals the liver to burn more fat, increases baseline energy expenditure, and activates pathways like PGC1 alpha that tell your cells to build more and better mitochondria, the little power plants that make ATP. So instead of just turning down appetite, Retatrutide aims to improve insulin signaling, restore leptin sensitivity in the brain, increase energy burn at rest, and upgrade the quality and number of your cellular engines. That's why many researchers are more interested in Retatrutide as a metabolic and longevity tool than as just another weight loss shot. Now let's talk about what the New England Journal of Medicine trial actually showed. A phase 2 trial published in the New England Journal of Medicine looked at adults with obesity or overweight without diabetes who were randomized to different doses of once-weekly Retatrutide or placebo for 48 weeks. At the highest doses, participants lost on average over 20% of their starting body weight by the end of the study. The top dose group saw roughly 22 to 24% average weight loss at 48 weeks, compared with only about 2% in the placebo group. A very high percentage of people on the higher doses hit double-digit weight loss milestones, more than 10, 15, and even 20% of their body weight. But the story isn't just the scale. In that trial and other early studies, Retatrutide has also been associated with improvements in waist circumference, blood pressure, fasting glucose and insulin resistance markers, lipids like triglycerides and LDL cholesterol. Separate research lines are now looking at Retatrutide and related triagonists for fatty liver disease and other metabolic conditions, because when you improve insulin sensitivity, reduce liver fat, and burn more energy at rest, you're hitting multiple root causes at once. Mechanistically, here's what's so interesting about Retatrutide. First, insulin signaling. By activating GLP-1 and GIP receptors, Retatrutide helps the body handle glucose more intelligently, less overreaction, more targeted insulin release, and better sensitivity at the receptor level. That means your pancreas doesn't have to scream with huge insulin bursts just to move sugar out of the bloodstream. Second, leptin and the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is the brain's energy CEO. When it's inflamed and leptin resistant, it thinks you're starving even when you have plenty of stored energy. Early work suggests that Retatrutide may help restore leptin signaling and reduce inflammation in these brain regions. So the command center can finally read the fuel gauge correctly instead of constantly asking for more food. Third, glucagon and mitochondria. Glucagon activation doesn't just tap into stored fat. It also triggers pathways like PGC1 alpha that tell your cells to build more mitochondria and make existing mitochondria work better. In practical terms, that means higher resting energy expenditure, better fat oxidation in the liver, and a system that's biased toward burning, not just storing energy. And there's a neurological angle too. Because these hormones and receptors are active in the brain as well as the body, Retatrutide is being studied for its effects on neuroinflammation, appetite and reward pathways, cognitive and mood-related aspects of metabolic disease. It's far too early to claim prevention or treatment of dementia or Alzheimer's, but the idea is simple. When brain cells can use glucose and energy more efficiently and inflammation is lower, the brain environment is generally healthier. Researchers are very interested in that overlap between metabolism and brain health. Now, all of that sounds powerful, and it is, but we also have to talk about safety and the unknowns. In the NEJM trial and other early studies, the most common side effects were what you'd expect from this class of drugs: nausea, vomiting, diarrhea or constipation, decreased appetite, and sometimes increases in heart rate. Most people tolerated it with dose titration, but some participants stopped the medication because of side effects. Long-term data over many years don't exist yet because Retatrutide is still in clinical development. So what's the big picture? Retatrutide isn't just an appetite turn-off switch. It's designed to rebuild insulin sensitivity, normalize the brain's perception of energy status, increase energy burn at rest, improve liver and cardiometabolic markers, and potentially support healthier mitochondria and brain function. In other words, weight loss is just one visible effect of a deeper metabolic reset that's still being studied. But it's not magic. Even in the trials, the best outcomes come when these tools sit on top of solid fundamentals, nutritious, sustainable eating patterns, regular physical activity and resistance training, good sleep and circadian rhythm, stress management and recovery. Medications and peptides can change the biology so that those habits work better, but they don't replace them. So if you hear the name Retatrutide floating around social media, here's what I want you to remember. It's a powerful triple-agonist peptide. It has shown very impressive weight loss and metabolic results in a New England Journal of Medicine study. It appears to act at multiple levels: pancreas, liver, fat tissue, mitochondria, and brain, rather than just suppressing appetite. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and check the description for links and resources you can take to your own healthcare provider. And remember, the goal isn't just to be lighter. The goal is to be stronger, clearer, more energetic, and metabolically younger for as many years as possible. Please leave a comment below. It really helps the video get pushed by the algorithm and reach more people. In the next video, we will cover MOTS-C, a mitochondria peptide. Let us know what peptides or peptide stack you would like us to do a video on.